Kevin. My name's Jalen Green, and I'm from the Nocturnal. How you doing today?
I'm doing amazing.
Yeah, you have some exciting things I want to talk about. You got
Yes.
a project coming out. You're about to go on tour. How's that
Yes.
feel?
Oh, it feels great. I feel blessed and, just active, staying out there.
Nice, nice. And can you give us a little bit of a snippet of what people can expect when they listen to this upcoming album?
So the upcoming album is called Love Uptempo, Volume 1, and it comes out April 4th. Super excited about it. And I raised the question of, what pace are you living your life at, and encouraging people to set the pace of their race. And so I believe that this project is like high vibrational R&B music. And so I felt like that was missing from the market space. And so if you like mid tempos, up tempos, and you just love the feeling of great music, then it's for you. And so yeah, I'm super proud of it.
That's awesome. And I was able to listen to it. It sounds amazing.
Thank you.
Can we talk about that single, Love in the Middle? It's so
Yes.
good.
Thank you. Thank you. So Love in the Middle, produced and written by myself, Claude Kelly, and Chuck Harmony. We did that in Nashville. And when I went out to Nashville, I told them that I wanted to do something for the blue collar lover. And so, the main goal was to, make sure that I shouted out the teachers and the nurses and the postal workers and the administrative assistants, everybody that gets up and, does their 9 to 5. And, I felt like they were being overlooked and underserved. And so I wanted to at least give a record that says, I see you, I appreciate you. You deserve to play this, on your way to work, after work, on your break, whatever. I just wanted to feel like, like a piece of euphoria for them. So yeah.
You for sure hear that too when you listen to it. And it's such a like a groove, like you just want to like two-step to it. Like when I listen to
Yeah.
it, I think of like maybe like a wedding reception. Like I just see people
There
like
we go.
saying like
There
it's
we
a
go.
beat song like people can dance to. Was that your
Absolutely.
goal, you would say?
Say that one more time.
Would you say that's the goal? Like when people listen to it, how do you hope they feel hearing it?
I just want them to feel good at the end of the day. Whether they play it at a wedding, whether they play it when they wake up in the morning or whatever. Love in the Middle and pretty much all of Love Up Tempo is kind of like an all-purpose type of project. So that means that, anywhere that it's played can be applicable. And so yeah, I stand on that.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
earlier you said April, but isn't the so is volume one like that's
Mhm.
coming out 21st as a whole? Is it
No.
okay?
Volume 1 is coming out in on April 4th. So that's why I made the correction before you even said like a date. I was like, all right, let me just get ahead of it. But yes, we moved Volume 1 of Love Up Tempo to April 4th. And so yeah, just really excited about it.
Nice. Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, compared to your previous projects like Drive to, the name is self-explanatory. It's definitely a project you listen to that you're driving to.
Yeah.
I love the vibe of like, like you're listening to the radio and then
Mhm.
the station is you. Like, what would you say the vibe is for your upcoming project?
Um, like I said, high vibrational R&B. That's the only thing that I can say. It's just like it just brings a different energy and brightness to the genre that we just don't hear often. And so, yeah, I think that's really the vibe of it and kind of the intention of it was to say, okay, I need to separate myself from the pack, from my peers, from whatever is sonically going on, and just add vibrancy to it, at a high level. And so, yeah, that's where we at.
And how would you say you do that? I know you like layer, you do all these fun things with your vocals. Like, why is that so important to you?
Uh, I mean, honestly, it's a part of my musicality, to be honest. It started through this thing called mashups that I did like all these years ago, and it helped me to gain a social following. It helped to create a community for me, and so it's allowed for me to kind of use my musicality as a vehicle in that way. But then also kind of like setting myself as saying, hey, like this is one of my hyphenates is vocalist, you know what I mean, along with songwriter, producer, label owner, etc. But yeah, I mean, I think sometimes people can introduce you in different ways, and so using my voice is just a channel or avenue that I use from time to time to make my point clear or to open up the door for me in certain rooms.
Nice. And your writing process, how would you go about that? I'm always curious to know how artists do that because it's not easy to convey a story and it makes sense and it just sounds beautiful. What would you say your process is like?
Writing process. I start with melodies first. I think melody is king. If you don't have a catchy melody, you don't got nothing. You can have all the beautiful words in the world, and without melody, as far as within this genre of R&B, you got nothing. And so I start with that, and then I start with a concept that I feel like could be a conversation piece for people, and then I start to kind of like write the body of it, to kind of either tell a story or just to say slick lines, but just not overthinking it and just allowing for music to be fun and for have moments for people to share and to kind of network and create community over.
That's awesome. And then I want to talk about the tour. You're on
Yes.
tour right now. How's it been so far? What can people expect when they go to see you?
So as of right now, I'm not on tour. I did what was that, two shows in DC last week or Valentine's Day weekend. That was good. We sold that out, 1,000 seats. That was amazing. And then we actually start tour for real March 8th, I believe, in St. Louis. Then we have Chicago the next day, and then Baltimore, and then et cetera, et cetera. But it's always fun preparing for tour. It's always fun, rehearsing and just kind of, getting your chops up, but also being in front of people and, engaging and performing and, it's a whole thing. And so, yeah, I'm excited about it. And for those who haven't gotten their tickets, make sure that you get your tickets at kevinrossmusic.com. Yeah.
Absolutely, that's very important.
Yes, yes.
So what would you say people are going to hear? Is it going to be, your new music, or they can expect like everything?
Well, yeah, it's definitely going to be more of a catalog type of situation. So you'll hear like Love in the Middle, which is the new record. And then you'll hear records like Sweet Release or Looking for Love or Long Song Away, different things that, people have liked from me in the past. You'll hear some things as far as paying tribute to people, covers, mashups, stuff like that. The main goal of a show and of a performance is to entertain above all else. And so that's what we're here to do is to entertain, and I think that's what we do a pretty good job at.
Nice. It sounds like people can look forward to like a really good show.
Yes, indeed. Yes.
So this project also says volume one. Can people
Yes.
expect volume two coming up? Is that what that means? Or
Oh yeah, yeah. I wouldn't say volume one if it wasn't a continuation of it. But I've done that for a while. I did when I first came out as an independent artist, I had a project called Audacity Volume One and Volume Two. You guys should go and check that out. And then I had the project that I released I guess a year and a half ago called Midnight Microdose, and that was a Volume One, Volume Two thing. And kind of like the the madness behind that, or the method to the madness behind that is just making sure that you have enough content for a period of time, especially when you're indie. You want to have as many opportunities to get the best looks possible. So if I release 12 songs and then I just kind of blow my load and then that's it for the year, then it's kind of like you get what you get. And so I didn't want that. I just kind of wanted to make sure that this was a marathon, pace it out, spread it out so that I get more opportunities and chances to, be visible to, for people to discover me in different ways, outlets, platforms, avenues, what have you. And so that's important to me. So yeah, the volumes are very intentional.
nice. And then I kind of wanted to go into that too, you being an independent artist.
Mhm.
Um, how is that so important to you? And just knowing that like, all the hard work that you're doing that comes with being an independent artist.
I think the future of R&B is independence, to be honest with you. Um, I think that understanding your business, understanding your brand, understanding how to scale is super important to every artist to know your worth and your value. I think that's just the future of our genre. In order for us to really um, advance, you know what I mean? So, there's a few good people that are out there that are doing amazing work as far as in the indie R&B scene. And so, our goal is to make indie R&B feel major, feel big, make it sexy again, and definitely get R&B into a healthier place, into a more diverse place, to break glass ceilings, not only just recording wise, but even on, touring wise and stuff like that, and just, making sure that the the economy of R&B is a lot more fruitful.
Nice. And I feel like that's a big conversation too. A lot of people think that, R&B is dead. And I feel like artists themselves are like, how do you feel like you're bringing it back or making it like alive? Because I feel like there's many artists out there and it's not
Mhm.
still here, you know?
I love when people ask me that question because what I've uh, what I've witnessed in the past 15 years is the people picking their champions. So what you see and what you hear is what the people wanted. And not to say you in particular, but the ambiguous you, right? Like the majority of the culture wanted these particular artists, and then when it didn't work out, you say, "Why is R&B like this?" It's like, no, for 15 years you chose your champions, and your champions became monotonous, and the subject matter became monotonous, and so I think everybody has to take accountability for. Um, the part that they played and where R&B is. However, I think like I said, R&B is in a rehabilitation phase and the key is independence. The key is like unlocking your business and finding different avenues in order for you to thrive as an artist and for R&B to thrive as a genre. So it ain't going nowhere. It's just it's taken on a different face. It's taken on a different beast, you know what I mean, within the music industry. We've been spoiled, for like 50, 60 years with marketing dollars and stuff like that. And, labels just, pushing the agenda of R&B and love songs. And so, when hip hop kind of came through and became the mainstream thing, um, R&B had to take a back seat, and rightfully so. And so, yeah, I think that it'll never die. I just think that a word to the wise for all the consumers and the audience members is be careful who you pick as your champion. Uh, that's it. So, it's cool. It's one thing to like certain things on social media, but that don't mean they make good music. And certain things can be a vibe or whatever, or a moment. But choose your champions wisely, because you know you only get what you give.
Yeah, that was awesome. I have to ask you, who are some of your R&B inspirations that, kind of maybe inspired you to do what you do or maybe have the sound that you have?
No one has the sound that I have. And the reason why I say is that every artist is one of one. So, we're all just big pots of gumbo. Uh, but, my influences, Stevie Wonder, Donny Hathaway, Patrice Rushen, Prince, um, your Neos, your Smokey Robinsons, different people like that, always inspire me and to motivate me to be like, damn, like what they did within, their moments or whatever of lightning in a bottle is amazing. And so yeah, I'm always either looking back at history as a student, or I am looking forward to being excited about, new sounds and new acts and, people that are really, doing amazing things in the space.
Nice. And is there anything else that you have, coming up that people can look out for? We just talked about an album, you're about to go on tour.
Yes. So, once again, Love Tempo Volume 1 comes out April 4th. Make sure that you go and get that. Love in the Middle is actually out right now. Right now, it is top 30 and cracking probably somewhere in the 20s on Billboard R&B radio right now, which is great. Second weekend. Let's see. We have the Love Up Tempo tour, which is sponsored by SiriusXM Heart and Soul. Shout out to the good people at Heart and Soul. And for the following cities, I will be there. That will be St. Louis, Chicago, Baltimore, Atlanta, Nashville, New York, Boston, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, Oakland, Dallas, and many more to announce. So yeah, we popping up and we pulling up
Hey,
coming this coming spring.
nice. That's so exciting. How do you feel?
Yes.
This is so much you have going on. I'm sure this is a good feeling time for you, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's intentional. It's intentional in the sense of, trying to build momentum and keeping momentum. That's just definitely something that I've learned through this, indie journey. And so, for those who want to follow my indie journey, you can follow me at Kevin Ross Music on all social media platforms, because that's just kind of where I display, my process. It's deeper than me. It's more so you're watching. You're watching indie R&B history move the needle, not just with me, but just as far as the other artists that are, that are in this crusade. So when I post my accomplishments or post where I'm at or the process of it, you're watching us slowly but surely move the needle. And so it's a very interesting thing that is being documented in a way that, you know, it hasn't been documented before in any other genre. So yeah.
That's awesome. And I mean, I feel like you kind of said it. What advice would you give to people who are independent? Because, sometimes people do, they just see, the glamour and all that things when things are kind of like going, but the
Yeah.
process to just not get deterred and just like keep going because it's all worth it at the end.
Yeah. I mean, know what you're in it for. A lot of people will say making it. I want to make it. And it's like, what is make it? Right? Look, or people be like, man, such and such made it. And it's like, what is that? You know what I mean? Like you have to define what making it is for you. You have to define what success is for you. If you let the world tell you you'll never be satisfied, you'll never be happy, you'll forever be chasing something. And so you have to define what your happiness is. You have to know your worth, stand on that, be able to scale, grow. Just because somebody tells you that this is how it's been for 20 or 30 years doesn't mean that it has to stay that way. We are here to bend or break the rules. This is our time. This is our generation. We play by our own rules, and don't let nobody tell you different. The moves that we make, the songs that we create, will shape music history for the next 10 to 20 years. So record wisely, create wisely, have fun with it, but just understand that there are more people that are watching you than what you know, whether it's today, whether it's tomorrow, weeks from now, months from now. This is all being documented in real time. So enjoy the process, enjoy the journey. And yeah, find your happiness, find your peace in this thing. Uh, and that's that.
I think that was perfect. There's nothing more better than like living in the moment, just going
Yes.
through the process.
Yes.
But those were really all my questions. If there's anything else that I didn't cover that you really want to share, how folks can keep up with you, I know you did that. And again, anything else you want to let us know? If not,
Mm-mm, no, this was good. Very smooth. Very smooth. Quick. Yes.
thank you so much. It was so nice talking to you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.